I don't really have that much to talk about today, so I'll be quick again. But what I just see is just this constant chaos. There's so much chaos that is going on in, on the world stage and in everybody's lives. Like, I honestly don't know anybody who doesn't have a lot of stuff going on. And everything that is going on also brings this aspect of, who are you? What are you representing for self? Like, how are you approaching things? How are you approaching people? And, we've got so many people transitioning off of the planet in very dramatic ways. And, it's, some of the stuff is just so horrible and sad. But, for the people that it really impacts, not just the, thoughts and prayers people, but the people who actually are in the situation and they're impacted by some of this stuff, it's all for their purpose. It's not for us to, just see. I mean, if you're watching all this stuff and you keep getting, really distraught, that is where you got to look at yourself. Like, if this has nothing to do with me, why am I putting in energy, to watch? It's kind of like watching somebody else's car wreck, or people slow down to see, like, what happened? And really, it has nothing to do with us. It's kind of voyeuristic, really. And this, mainstream media has made their fortune off of manipulating us and, telling us like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this horrible thing. I actually yesterday even saw, and I think it was Jake Gyllenhaal made a movie already that showed this. So this movie could have been based on this other story, or it could just be that it's all over the place. But there was this guy in Brazil who had a popular show, and I guess it was like the worst crime is in this town that he was at, and he was filming all of these people dead all over the place because they were just being killed all over the place. Like, it's a super, super dangerous place. And so he was filming it, and his show got so popular that he started creating these situations. I guess he got involved with the drug cartel or something, and then there would be these murders or whatever that were going to take somebody out, and he would have his camera crew show up to get this footage, and he was marketing like it was just this horrible crimes happening, when really he was a part of it. And that movie where I'm pretty sure Jake Gyllenhaal was some sort of reporter, and he wasn't doing well, and then he started, Bruce Almighty, he shows it too. Like, I'm just going to create the story. So, I probably is a real thing that's been going on for a long time, where people create these stories to be sensationalized, so they get more views or whatever, more people following the story. So, and that's what the news is turned into. It's just to draw all of our attention towards what they want to show. And then they're manipulating what they show at this point. And that's clear. Like, you can see through that real easy. And, the spokespeople that they have out there just so happen to have all these movies out right now, and they're out there directing us which direction to look and how we should behave, oh, you should be totally willing to pay $5, $6 in gas because, it's helping someone else. Who is it helping exactly? The manipulation that goes on all the time. He got into, put himself into office and immediately started doing stuff about the oil and the pipeline and stuff like that. That's all on purpose. It was all to create this scenario that we have going now. And, I know there's lots of people who have to drive all over the place to get to work, There's people who live outside the city. This is part of their whole pull, too, to pull us into the city, into their convenience, Everything they do has some sort of purpose. So, you know, I mean, it's by no accident that they were pushing about electric cars, you know, just what, last year, you know, when it came out that all this money that Nancy had put into it of investing, you know, because they were expecting it was going to go big. Well, weird. And then how much those things are. But see, that's what they did, like I was talking about before, where it became so clear. I'm sure it was Afghanistan where it was like, it seems like it was McKay even. But it was these different energy companies and corporations and stuff that were involved. You know, like, oh, well, it was the same thing as like, well, we need steel. So they have the corporations that provide the steel, but they create what they need the steel for because it's just the way they funnel their money around. They create these things and then they provide the service, the means, whatever. It's all just their little game going all the time. And we are in it. We are in the game. I mean, so many people are in the game and have no idea that it's a game. Have no idea what they're in. They just think, oh, this is life. This is what life is like. No wonder life sucks so bad and is so horrible and stuff like that. But it's because you're participating in the game. You know, you have to wake up to see that it's a game so that you can pull yourself free. So the news just wants to mess with your emotions and keep you distracted. They want you to focus on what they tell you to focus on. They don't want you to focus on the truth. Just like what I was talking about with like those shows, Cops. Yeah, of course they're going to focus on, you know, what they want to tell us, where the crime is bad and who's committing the crimes and get us to focus, you know, because it creates division. When really they're the criminals. They're the ones committing crimes, but they have to be pointing at someone else so we don't notice what they're doing. But, you know, it's all part of seeing through the illusion. And they are constantly, they're just gaslighting the world. You know, they're telling you this is real, but your eyes, if you use them, you see like, no, this isn't real. This is manipulation. They're creating a scenario that isn't even true. So they're doing all of this stuff right now. I mean, I don't know even what is happening in the, you know, the war right now. Like, I thought by now we would have already had our Hawaii moment and we'd have moved on. But, you know, they drag it out because it isn't. All they want to do is keep you unsteady, keep you feeling, you know, out of balance, keep you feeling distracted, keep you feeling depressed, anxious. So the, what was the other one? It just was popping into my head. But there's so much with the depression and the anxiety and these pills that they're pushing so hard. Because that's their goal, is just to keep control over you with your emotions through medication and pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. Because they can keep you sick. I mean, there's everything in the world, all the signs in the world show you they don't have your best interest in mind. So when they're pretending that they do and they're telling you they do, then you're just playing a part of the game because they clearly do not. All signs show they don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about your health. They don't give a shit about your kids' health. These freaking St. Jude's commercials, like, I won't watch them. I'll just turn them off as soon as, and it's sad. Like, you know, oh, here's this sick kid they're promoting to, you know, pull at my heartstrings. I just, you know, click right out of it. And I'm sick of them, you know, taking my emotions and then, you know, creating a storm. You know, they create so much chaos inside of us. They know about that we have energy. They know how to create little storms inside of us. They know how to keep you distracted so you think this guy's the bad guy when really the bad guy's behind you. And you have to see the game. I mean, it's the same game like that we played in grade school where you go up and you would be talking to somebody, distracting them, and somebody go behind them, and then, you know, you push them over, the person, because they weren't paying attention, because you were distracting them. That's what all of this, we've been up for a while. She's having a rough day. Oh, it was so funny too this morning. I can't help it. She just cracks me up. She gets off the couch to walk around the trunk, to go back over and get on the couch. And it's very dramatic. It's always very dramatic. And I know her hips hurt. I'm not saying that it doesn't. But this morning when she wanted me to get up, you know, like she'll start, oh, just getting back down now. Okay, sweetie, why don't you just lay down? She went back around. She cracks me up. So this morning, when she got up, you know, and all, she is wanting me to get up. I was tired as shit. I did not want to wake up. And so I'm like, ugh. And she started doing this the whole conversation with me with these different grunts and growls and groans that she was making, where I could literally tell what she was saying. And she kept making all of these different ones. I just started laughing. I couldn't even help myself. I just had to get up because she is so funny. She's such a character. When you tune into like what your dog is telling you, you know, I just think so many people miss out on stuff with their dog because they don't get that their dog is really communicating with them and trying to have a conversation. And they just get mad and yell at them, you know. They just discount their dogs and their dog's emotions. But oh my God, it was so funny. The noises and stuff she was making, it was cracking me up because I could hear the words and what she was saying. That's one thing that Huskies are pretty good at. They're pretty good at pronunciation of words through their, it's not barking. I can only say those like groans and growls and stuff that they use to communicate. And it cracks me up. And, you know, she always can tell, like, if I use those sounds to show what I'm feeling, then she always completely understands what I'm feeling. But anyway, she's just sitting right under me, listening to every word. And she's smart. She knows what the hell I'm talking about. I just think that's such a fun relationship with a dog. I never had so much where I had the time so much to bond with the dog. I mean, there's nobody else around. I'm not going to work all the time. And, yeah, she just cracks me up. But anyways, you know, I see so much different stuff going on. I see people, you know, making really, really bad choices for themselves. And, you know, I know that this is because they're going to have to face their choices. Everything that's going on is coming to the surface, so you have to face yourself. You know, and all of this stuff is all a distraction to prolong it because they don't want us to wake up. They don't want us to be empowered. They don't want us to realize that we are eternal beings being manipulated. So they, you know, they're doing everything to fight to keep people asleep. But I think that they have seen that it is completely out of control. I think they're really scrambling to try and hold control at this point. But, you know, in people's personal lives, and I know so much stuff is coming to the surface that they need to face for themselves. And I'm just so shocked sometimes by what souls choose. I'm kind of shocked by my own soul. Like, why did you choose to be isolated for so long? I feel like I've been in, what is that called? Solitary confinement for so long. You know, and I could go out, like, you know, when it's nice out, I will go to the lake all the time and lay out and take Stella on walks. And, you know, I mean, but I swear to God, I think this is the third winter of this pandemic situation. Because it was 2020 is when we closed down. Yeah, it was 2020 when we closed down. And it was right after winter. So, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of time of this isolation, which is, you know, it could be really good for your soul, really good for your growth, because you don't have a lot of distraction. So, you know, I see the point of it, and I can understand. But yeah, sometimes it's like, oh my God, what was my soul thinking? Like, it wouldn't be bothered to be alone all the time. It wouldn't be bothered to be surrounded by, I don't want to say the words that are coming into my mind. People who are asleep. You know, and another thing too, like, and yesterday it was, I don't know, we're at this time of this equinox and these moon cycles and stuff going on. And I have been, you know, kind of in a bad mood. I think I've said that. And I don't think that we're meant to judge our moods. I think we're meant to let things come to the surface so you can look at it and understand yourself, but also accept, like, you know, why wouldn't you be upset when bad things are happening? You know, that would not be very tuned into yourself if you were, you know, just, oh, there's a horrible thing happening and I'm just going to focus on something that makes me happy. I think that we have to also, we have to see all things, you know, but it is us getting control or mastery over our emotions, you know, to not get caught up, to not be all distraught where you have to go get medicine. I mean, yeah, you're going to go through some depression probably, but medicine isn't the key. Medicine is going to keep you in a kind of a dormant kind of state, not healing your stuff. So, you know, it's important to see this stuff, see what comes to surface, but then to also have balance, to not be like distracting yourself with everybody else's stuff. But when things come up and they bring up emotions, process your emotions, feel your emotions. Don't trap them inside. Let them come out. Don't judge yourself for having emotions. Allow them to be purged. Allow this stuff to come to the surface so you can see it and understand. And, you know, and we all have to make our own decisions, you know, of our role in people's lives. And especially while some people are just doing things that just seem like crazy. You know, we have to decide, like, for ourselves, who we are in these situations. Am I somebody who's supportive of somebody even when they're doing crazy things? Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in people's lives, and I don't want to, you know, just say certain things because I don't want to make it clear when I'm trying to talk vague about something. But anyways, you know, it's up to us to decide who we are in every situation. And even when people disappoint us and, you know, clearly do things that are not good for them, you know, we still have to decide, like, do we turn our backs on them? Do we give them a shoulder? Do we give them a hand? You know, and there's a lot of people who are spinning out, like, that they have kind of used manipulation and dysfunction and toxic drama through their lives. And it's all, you know, just churning away, like, because they have to see it for themselves. They have to see themselves to heal themselves. Like, think about it. Is there anybody who could come in and tell you all about you so that you could go heal that? No. People have to see it for themselves. You know, if somebody comes in and starts telling you what you need to heal, you're going to become defensive for a good reason, because you are the one who needs to see your stuff. Nobody needs to come in and tell you what you need to do, how you need to be, because you're the one living this life. You're the one who needs to tune in what you need, not somebody else telling you. So, you know, everybody has to have this stuff come up so they can heal themselves. They have to see themselves. And, you know, there's no purpose really to sit there and tell somebody what your opinion is of their situation, you know, because it's not gonna be productive. They have to see it for themselves. That is when the healing really is. That when you can see for yourself what you're doing to yourself, that is when change really occurs. That's when you really start taking hold and empowering yourself to make change. And, but, you know, just like all of this crazy stuff going on in the world, when consciousness isn't to the level of being conscious and seeing and looking through things, then, you know, it's still in the process. And, you know, like I've said for months and months, it's all going in all different directions. It's not like, you know, this will wake you up because it woke up. This person, no, everybody's waking up to different things all around the place. All different things. It's not just one thing, you know, and even when they wake up to some of the things, they don't wake up to all of the things. It's still a process. You're so dramatic. Oh, this is going to be a day. I think she really feels the moon cycles, I swear. Okay, I hear you. Okay, well, you know, we just got to remember what the great Jim Carrey said. Choose love. Because you don't want to choose fear. You want to choose love. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.